my mic is working. I hope everything is set up. I'm just going to move that a little bit, so I apologise if it suddenly goes. Bleh. But hello! Oh my gosh, it's been such a long time since I talked to you, and I've only got about 25 minutes to get everything across. So I'm going to be very, very strict to myself and try and give like a few minutes to summarise Doctor Who. But so much has happened. So much has happened in the season 2, and I'm still really behind on on everything. I think I'm about the first 4 episodes in. So this is just like a brief recap. But hello, it's so nice to be back. It's so nice to be sitting in front of a camera and talking to you guys again and talking about Doctor Who, which, yeah, let's get on with it. So actually, you know what I should have done? I should have prepared and had my notebook with my handy notes in it. Is this the one? I think so. Yes. Yes, it is. That's good. Brilliant. Okay. So I was thinking, oh, how do I go first? Do I talk about the episodes first, or do I talk about the regeneration first? Because I haven't seen the regeneration, but I think I'm going to start with that first, just because it was a lot to unpack. And if you saw my genuine live reaction, I was at my cousin's wedding and just randomly scrolling through Instagram because my back very, very kindly decided to start hurting. So I sat down and was like, oh, I'll take a breather, have a look. Oh, okay, that's happened. Wait a minute. Regeneration. No, it can't be. No. This must be like the David Tennant thing where it's just, oh, it's a fake regeneration, it's fine. And then it isn't. He's definitely going. He's going. Oh no, I don't know. Oh my gosh. And I was shocked, stunned. I'm still shocked and stunned. I'm sad. Really, 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 really sad, because I loved 15. I thought 15 was a brilliant Doctor. Really loved the energy that he brought. I think he has some of the best. Only what, 2 Christmas specials? But I think he had some of the best Christmas specials that I've seen from Doctor Who in a very, 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 very long time. And we didn't spend enough time with him either, which is a shame. Sorry, I quickly ate an ice cream because it's so hot today. I was just, ice cream, quick, live stream. Yeah, it was really sad. I don't think I was ready to say bye-bye to him. I wanted at least another 2 seasons, and that's what I was waiting for. I think, sorry if you can hear background noise, I've got my window open because it's too dang hot. I think this was a premeditated regeneration. I don't think they went by season. I think it was Ncuti just had 2 seasons in his contract, and that was it, because his career is kind of skyrocketing, because he's also in a film with Andy Samberg from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Benedict Cumberbatch, and the scene where he was talking to I've got the name written down. La 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 la. Reference to Rose, Another Love of Monsters. The contact theory guy from Lucky Day, him. Conrad, that's it, Conrad. So when he was speaking to Conrad, that was filmed on the 60th anniversary when that was aired. And this has all been premeditated, so I don't think at all it has anything to do with the rumours that have been circulating. I won't go into what they are because I don't believe a word of it, to be honest. I just think it's speculation, and it's people or the press trying to get Doctor Who cancelled for no reason, for it to stop. And Ncuti has not been given the prestige that his Doctor deserved. He was a very, very good Doctor. He brought something new to it, and I am really sad that he's gone. Really, really sad. And somebody else put that both his introduction and his exit have been overshadowed. And as much as I love David Tennant, and as much as I love 10, it is kind of, yeah, his intro was overshadowed, because as a fan, what I wanted to see was David Tennant. And that, take on the new Doctor. You want to see the new Doctor, not a rehash of your favourite, which is a shame. And then Billy Piper's come up, so his exit has been overshadowed compared to previous Doctors. So yeah, but I'm intrigued to find out why he's regenerated, and why 14 shows up. Why does 14 show up? So I've still got plenty to catch up on, so hence why this is only a part 1, and hopefully I can do part 2 a little bit sooner, because I said at my cousin's wedding, which was about 4 Saturdays ago now, I'm definitely going to get a video by Friday, and that Friday went and gone, and it's just trying to cram everything in because so much has been happening in my personal life. Yeah, so I might go into it nearer the time that I have to leave. So we've got about another 25 minutes. So in that time, let us go into the episodes themselves. And yeah, so let's start off with my wonderful clear handwriting on this bit, and then it goes really, really scruffy later on. So if you see me it's because I'm trying to read my inedible handwriting. But first of all, we have the Robot Revolution, the start of the series, and also the introduction to Belinda. Now, what do I think of this? Okay, so I know what's happened with Mrs. Flood. She is the Rainey. I've never actually seen any previous Doctor Who storylines involving the Rainey, so I have no idea what the Rainey is or who Rainey is. So that's a nice surprise for me, but I know who she turns out to be, which is just okay. And also my theories went completely out the window. So unless she is a guardian angel acting for the Holy Trinity, because that was something that came up, and it's just, okay, we've got another god in. So we had the god from Lux, which we'll get into in a second. So I did think, is she acting as a guardian angel? And then I thought, maybe she's Missy. She's Missy regenerated, because 15 should have had the Master or Missy, and he should have had a Dalek episode. That should have been a thing. Him against Missy would have been delicious. Would have been fantastic, but sadly no. So anyway, starts off feeling very much like Smith and Jones and Partners in Crime, so it feels like a nice light-hearted episode and a nice light-hearted ease into the second series, which I liked. It was very, very cool. It did remind me of that of the Doctor and Donna missing each other in Partners in Crime, where the Doctor was walking through the hospital and then you saw Belinda. So it reminded me a lot of that. But then I don't know if it kind of lost its way a little bit, and it didn't know what it wanted to be. It didn't know if it wants to be a serious season opener or a light-hearted season opener. It fell flat. The introduction to AI, that argument is quite Doctor Who-esque, and it's very on point. There's a lot of fear around it with the morals of it, and also environmentally. So yeah, that was cool. But then I'd say the special effects were awesome. I loved the special effects, and I thought the makeup was very well done, very sophisticated, and I don't know if it was a little bit too sophisticated for Doctor Who, just a smidge. It's the same when they had the Cybermen from Jodie Whittaker's series, the half-built Cyberman. It's been such a long time since I've watched Jodie Whittaker, so I need to go back to it. But I liked that idea, but felt it would have been more at home in Torchwood. And I think this kind of felt the same with Al. When Al was revealed, it's just, yeah, that's really nicely done. Amazing. I just don't know if it actually fits in with the current season opener feel that we're having. With Space Babies, it knew what it was. It wasn't a great season opener. It felt like a Disney Plus movie, like Space Buddies, Golden Retrievers up in space, and Space Babies, It very much felt like a Disney Channel original movie, but it knew what it was. Whereas this one, I don't think it fully knew what it wanted to do. So I didn't enjoy it as much as last year. It was a better episode in regards to writing, special effects, pacing, but I didn't enjoy it as much as Space Babies, and Space Babies was a really naff episode, but I still liked it. I still enjoyed it. Mrs. Flood, even though I've just talked about Mrs. Flood, I did like the breaking of the fourth wall of, you ain't seen me, and then scurrying off. And I was like, oh. And was it me? Unless this gets revealed later on, and this is a good foreshadowing, but was Belinda's house Donna's? Now, was it just me who saw that and thought, oh, is that Donna's? And then the landlord, he's not a nice person. Wait, does this have something to do with the Doctor has now bought that house and this is now Rose's inheritance and Donna's legacy, that he's bought this house to them? Who knows? I also liked the every other 10th word? Oh yeah, the Polish. Waters on Mars, amazing Doctor Who episode. That is one of my favourites, and I did like that reference. But when I go into the episodes a little bit more, I'll talk about this bit that I'm sort of talking about. I don't think I've got it written down. Reminiscent of Smith and Jones. I swear I. No, I thought I'd written it down. Unless I'm thinking of completely different episodes. No, I did write it down. There we go. You can see how well prepared I am this evening. Just, yes, I have my notes ready. I know what I'm talking about. No, I don't. So yeah, it was the 9th word, calculation. Very classic Who, and I loved it. And I loved how 15 built up to it. I thought it was great cinematography. Really good. So there were strong parts in this episode. I just didn't enjoy the story as much, which is a real shame. Belinda, I want to save my judgment for either towards the end of the series or halfway through when we get to know her a little bit better. But I haven't warmed to her yet, and I don't know why. So I'll go into that in more detail when I get round to doing a part 2, and I promise I will get round to doing a part 2. So yeah, I will save my judgment for that. Yeah, so anyway, we are now going on to Lux. Sorry, I'm keeping an eye on the time so I don't overrun, because I know I'll blabber and I'll be repeating a lot of what I'm saying. So when I do the reviews pre-recorded, I get to take out everything because I repeat it 5 times because it's on my mind. Just, yeah, but this, and it's just, yeah, Lizzie, you've said that about 3 times. Edit. So an hour and a half video gets streamed down to about half an hour. It's like, yeah, so if I blabber on, please let me know in the comments. Okay, so Lux. This was one of the episodes I was really, really excited to watch. Very excited to watch that and the International Song Contest episode. Looking forward to watching that. But this one, sorry, my fringe is just not happy today. So it's getting in my face a lot, so I'm just trying not to. It's very annoying for me to watch myself as well, going, will you stop fiddling about your fringe? But it's very hot, very greasy. London didn't agree with it yesterday. So anyway, so the reason why I was looking forward to Lux was the animation style, because it reminded me a lot of Cuphead, which if you haven't played it, you must play it, even if you can find a demo of it or watch a few playthroughs of it, because it is a glorious game. It's hard as heck to complete, at least I've found it very hard, but then if you've watched any of my gameplay videos, you will know I am not a great gamer. But the animation style in it and the fact that it's all hand-drawn is glorious, and that's what I was so excited for this episode to be. And I loved how he was coming out of the cinema screen. The lighting of that episode was really nicely well done, very nicely well done. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Loved the American setting. I did like the callback to the changing, where they do the wardrobe change and run up and then come back down. That was really nice. Really did enjoy that reference. So I'm also going to grab a drink. Because here I am blabbering. So the introduction of that, very, very good. And the going into the diner, thought the diner scene was excellent. Really, really well done. Sorry. So it's right for not being well prepared. So I did enjoy that. I'm trying to think. Oh, yes, and the breaking of the fourth wall. I've just remembered that because I didn't write that many notes for this one because I was too busy enjoying it. But I did enjoy that, and I want Lizzie's mug. And I liked the fact as well that it did take the mickey out of the most stereotypical fan response, which is, what is the best episode ever? And blink. Yeah, that's me. Oh yeah, that's me, and I really need that mug now. But that was a really cool callback, and at the end of the episode where they go back to the flat and you're there in the fourth wall with them, and I really did enjoy that. So the actual storyline, I think what the problem was with Lux is the big reveal or the big twist of the projectionist and his wife. That kind of came out a little bit of left field for me, where it was just, oh, okay, he's actually quite important, but he didn't have that presence, because you can have a character that you don't really see or interact with, but you do form some sort of bond with them. And for this one, I just didn't get that bond with the projectionist, which is maybe it's because I was so involved with the character of Lux that I didn't necessarily pay attention to anything else, but that it just didn't feel like the big reveal that it should be. I also think I was expecting a little bit too much in the animation side of things. I was expecting a lot more to come from that. So I did think that we would get a Mickey Mouse reference because the Steamboat Willie representation of Mickey is now in public domain. And I thought they would go through a brief history of animation. So maybe I just built it up a bit too much. Built it up a bit too much in my head for things that weren't necessarily going to happen, and it's just, oh, okay. But it was a good episode, and the twist that he was the god of light. So, haha, it's another religious theme. We're getting another god complex coming through. Haha. So it's kind of right about that one, that more and more and more about religion was coming through. And the Doctor has been referred to on numerous occasions by Russell T Davies, his writing, and Stephen Moffat, that he is the lonely god. So it's just, yeah, that kind of makes sense that we're going down more and more and more into this religious path, which Doctor Who does reference a lot. For a science fiction show, which science fiction tends to be more on the atheist side of things, Doctor Who does take a lot of references from religion. Which is cool, and it was also my dissertation at university. I got to write about Doctor Who, which is like, yes, I get to watch Doctor Who, and it's part of my education, so that's cool. So yeah, I need to rewatch Lux because I think I missed a lot out, but yeah, and Alan Cummings did the voice of Lux, and that's cool because he's also my favourite Christmas special, Bernard and the Genie, which if you haven't seen, you must. It is brilliant. Okay, the well, are we here? Yes, we are. Oh my goodness, I thought the well was a little bit later on. Now, this one is my favourite so far in season 2. I loved it, and I wasn't expecting to love it. So when I first watched the first 10 minutes of it, I was at the gym on a treadmill, and I have to admit that even though I have to go to the gym because I have a very bad back that keeps freezing up, I really don't like it. I don't like going there. I used to get quite bad panic attacks, and whenever I used to go to the gym, so this is me. Just I need to distract myself. I'll watch Doctor Who, and then I want to go home and watch this now because blah, blah, blah. So I wasn't fully invested in the first 10 minutes. So when I got back home, was able to watch the rest of it. My God, what a good episode! What a good episode. So the thing. Although I loved the wardrobe reference in the previous episode in Lux, I did feel that I don't know if they're starting to. It doesn't feel so spontaneous now, and I think it might be too much of a good thing. And it did feel like a slow burner, a very, very slow burner. And then you had, what was her name? What was the character's name? Alice. There we go. I should really have read this. I'm so sorry. Alice's twist that there was something behind her, and it's just okay. This feels a little bit like Turn Left with Donna and the bug on the back of her. But then it was something darker because they were back on Midnight. Midnight's one of my favourite Doctor Who episodes because it strips everything back. And particularly at the moment, I think storytelling can break the rule of telling too much. Show, not tell, yeah. And this kind of was going back to very clever filmmaking, and the fact that we haven't seen what is actually on Midnight, it's just a shadow, and it's just, oh, I liked that, and it did make me jump, and I did think, oh, have I seen something? Oh, wait, no, I must be tired, and then there is something there, and just kind of getting involved in the story. And I thought the acting from Elise as well was really well done, really, really well done, and I loved the twist and how it came about, because I was trying to think of the numbers. Is the number significant to anything? Is that important? And then, no, it was just, they're back on Midnight, and it's, oh my gosh, no! And then they did the classic horror trope ending where it followed the woman home, it followed her back to the spaceship, and it's still out there. It was just, oh my gosh, because Russell T Davies is a massive, massive horror fan. So that was a nice, sorry about my sister's corgi, sorry if he's making a noise. He's very loud, bless him, but he's very cute, very, very, very loud. But that was such a good callback, and that was really well done, really nicely paced, and I just loved that ending. That ending was brilliant. I loved it, and it was so nice to get involved in an episode again and have that twist and have the oh my gosh, and it be a genuine one. So yeah, that is my favourite episode so far. Also, Murray Gold's score, freaking well done. Plus the sound design for everything. The world just is my favourite episode so far. Whether that will change with the next episodes that I get around to watch, which hopefully will be soon. Yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed this one. Really well done. Yeah. And Mrs. Flood again. But we all know who she is now, so I can't really kind of speculate, which is it's annoying on my part because I should have been catching up with it, but I will explain in due course why. Hopefully, if I have enough time, I should do. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just checking, but yeah, really well done. Very, very nicely shot. And I hope there's some more episodes like that coming in the future, regardless of whether it comes from the rest of season 2 when I finally catch up, or it comes from after season 2. I think we're still waiting for No, we have had an announcement. We have had an announcement saying it's coming back for season 3. But as far as I know, there isn't one for the Christmas special. But you can't leave that Billie Piper ending on too much of a long cliffhanger. We kind of need to know, okay, what's happened? What is happening? Because I did see that technically she hasn't been classed as the Doctor. It's just introducing Billie Piper. So it's just, okay, that is interesting. That is interesting. I'm going to have another quick drink and then we will get to Lucky Day. So, but yeah, how are you guys coping in the warm weather anyway? Because it is baking, absolutely baking. I went to London yesterday. Really nice day. It was just so stuffy and I'm not very good in the heat. Not very good. Sorry. It was cool to go to Forbidden Planet and see all the Doctor Who stuff, which if you're in need of any Doctor Who artwork, which is kind of my light shining on 14's face, sorry. So if you need any Doctor Who beanies, t-shirts, they do have a sale online on Forbidden Planet. It wasn't in the store in London, unfortunately, but they have some sale bits online if you are interested. So I just thought I'd recommend that because that's one of the reasons why I went uptown, was to see if it was in the shop. It wasn't, it's just an online exclusive. So if you are in need of any Doctor Who merch, sorry, hair right in my eye. if you are in need of any Doctor Who merch, go and check out Forbidden Planet, because a lot of it's, I think a lot of their artwork's going for about $2.99, and in the shop it was still about £10 for one of these. So yeah, definitely check it out if you are in need. Okay, Lucky Day. This was an interesting concept, considering what's happening online with social media in regards to influencers, and I'm trying to put this, it's difficult with this season not to get too political, both on the screen and behind the screen, because there is a lot of politics being poured into it, going left, right and centre, so it's quite difficult to remain neutral and not to get too political with everything. But so yeah, that's also it's also why I don't want to keep repeating myself, because I know I'll keep going over the same statements, just but wait, da da da. So this was an interesting concept. I'd say as well, it made me realise how much I miss Ruby and her family. I really enjoyed Ruby's character. I love her grandma. I think she has a wonderful grandma. And yeah, I think she was one of the strongest companions that the Doctor had had for a very, very, very long time. And it just made me sad to see her, and I wish she would come back. So I think that also kind of sums up how I feel about Belinda at the moment. I'm just not, I can't work her else at the moment, but again, I'll try and go more into that once I reach the end of the season. So Lucky Day, you have the theme of online creation and how it can create this absolute chaos, and it creating narratives that aren't there, and creating this hysteria that doesn't need to be there, and it all falls into the current trend of canon and conspiracy theories and etc etc, and what people would do for views as well. And yeah, it was a good episode. I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed the Doctor's confrontation with Comrade as well. I thought that was very, very well done. I haven't seen, obviously, past this one, past Lucky Day. Do I think think he just might be a one-off character, because my husband was watching it with me at the same time, just dipping in and out. And he said, "Oh, that wasn't a very good sort of resolve for Comrade. He should have had something more to it." But very well acted. I thought Millie did a good job, and it just, yeah, it just highlighted a lot of issues surrounding social media and surrounding the fake news scenario that we have going on at the moment, though that does seem to have calmed down a little bit. I think I don't know, I kind of tune out of the news a lot more, because it's just noise. It's just a blanket of noise. Sorry, my messenger went off. Hello Asha, hello. So I've just seen your comment. Hello Asha, hope you're doing well. Yeah, so it was a good episode. I don't think it did well in producing the message, which I think there's a lot of this happening in this season so far. It's building up these stories, and then the execution just misses it, and I don't know why. It just doesn't seem to hit the mark for me anyway. I don't know if it's trying to appease Disney, because a lot of these decisions, I think, will come more from Disney rather than the BBC, because Disney are the ones that are injecting a lot of the money into it at the moment. So I think it was Disney World in Orlando. They had the TARDIS in one of their production lots. Really cool. But I think this is where the money's coming from, and I think this is where the decisions are being made. So I don't know if it's something to do with that more than Russell T Davies's decisions or the BBC, because although he's the executive producer, he also has to answer to the boss, and the boss is Disney, and Disney will say yay or nay. Hence a lot of speculation as to season 3, which, yeah, for everyone, like trying to catch up with Doctor Who. It was speculated that Disney didn't want Doctor Who anymore. They were disappointed with it because they wanted a Marvel type universe, which, okay, that's great, but Marvel has a more glamorous fan base around it, and Doctor Who is very British and very quirky, and it may not necessarily have that same status as Marvel, but they kind of wanted a Marvel-esque universe to happen. But again, this is all very speculative, because then Netflix name was being brought into it. So, well, if Disney Plus don't want it, then maybe Netflix would be the answer. Would Netflix be a better home for Doctor Who rather than Disney Plus? So there was a lot of that happening, and yeah, I think the negative decisions that have been coming from Doctor Who, or why some of the stories may be falling a little bit flat, is I think they're trying to go for the big special effects, but maybe just not able to produce a thrilling or executing the stories in a good way. But that's just me being speculative, and again, listening to some of the stories, but then also at the same time just, oh no, of course it's going to be, oh, Doctor Who's lost it. That's my my terrible impersonation of the press, and oh yes, Doctor Who's lost it. Stories aren't as good. They're too busy being this, and it's just a bit okay. But I think this was a premeditated decision. I don't think it came after one season. I think all of this was just filmed in one big massive hit. So I think they've known for a long time that Ncuti was only signed for 2 seasons and then left. So I don't know if they think, all right, if we just churn out Doctor after Doctor, people will come in and watch the Doctor regenerating, because that seems to get the bigger announcements, the bigger hype, the more interest. So that could possibly why Disney maybe only signed him up for 2, or he just genuinely didn't have the time. He had enough to do 2, but didn't have enough to do anything afterwards. He could also be trying to break America. There's a lot going on, but yeah, so that's all fun with the press. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm just reading my comments. I can say I haven't done this for so long. I miss doing videos, so while I have some time left, so the reason why I haven't been able to post as much as I wanted to, and I really do, because you have Dreamlight Valley, you've had like a couple of expansion packs added, updates, and I haven't just had the chance to play it because I'm doing voice acting. I've done about 6 or 7 books now, because I'm very new to it. It's taking up a lot of my time because I'm still working out the software, but it's really cool, and I've done an audio drama as well. If you would like to listen to that, it's called Pembrokeshire Investigations. That's free on Spotify. I've also done a children's book, Catch That Leprechaun, which you can purchase from Amazon and Google Books, I believe. And there's also a couple of series that I'm currently in the middle of doing by authors Blake Pierce. So I've done the Governess books and the Faith Bold books. So if you would like to check those out, they are on Amazon and Google Books as well. So you can listen to me doing accents. So that I'm really enjoying. I'm really, really enjoying. But because I'm so new to it, it's taking up a lot of my time of, right, okay, how do I do this? Wait, does that button do that? Does that button do this? Oh my gosh. And then building up show reels and bits and pieces. So it's good fun, but it just takes up a lot of time, especially the editing I've found. The editing seems to take up a lot of time. Also, sadly, my mum has been really, really, really ill. She still is ill. So that's also taken up a lot of time, both physically and mentally, because you kind of don't really want to watch anything new, or at least I've found, because you just want something comforting. So I've just gone back to a lot of old comedy shows to try and like relieve the stress a bit. So yeah, that's not been very, very fun, I have to say. And obviously that is a main priority for me at the moment. But I really do miss filming, miss doing YouTube. So I will find a way to do it. I'm hoping that this live stream works well. So then I can come back and do live streams a bit more often, which would be really nice, especially for Dreamlight Valley. I really want to do it because I've been waiting for the opportunity to film so I can sit down properly, get my laptop all set up, and then I can edit along the way. It's just, again, trying to find that time, trying to cram it all in. So I will find a way to live stream, because the problem with live streaming it is that it suddenly freezes. So halfway through, I'm just like that on the screen. So it says, that is not a good look. How long have I like that for? And it's about 30 minutes of my frozen face or just... And no one wants to see that for 30 minutes. Me stuttering, just, yeah, this is such a good game. Look what I found. And then it's just, yeah. Okay, so I'm hoping I can get back into live streaming Dreamlight Valley. Maybe I can do that on a weekend or something, and we can go through the quests, because I still have so many quests that I've been building up, trying to save for the live streams and trying to save for the channel, because I miss playing it, and I can't really do it. You know, you can't really do it on your own. But anyway, I've just seen the time. So I will bid thee adieu. Thank you so much for checking out the live stream. I hope it's a bit more coherent. But I will need to study this a lot more before coming on air and at least looking at the trailers. But anyway, thank you so much. If you're new to the channel and you would like more Doctor Who content, please check out the videos which you can find in the playlist on my channel. And thank you so much for subscribing. Please subscribe and like the channel and share it. There is tons of Disney stuff on there. There's also tons of Doctor Who stuff. There's also ranking random characters that fall into the Disney franchise. They're good fun. They're really good fun, and I hope I can do those again in the near future when I'm a little bit better prepared and I can manage things a lot more and I know what I'm actually doing with the software. That is just... Oh my gosh, I feel so old because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pressing buttons and hoping for the best. But anyway, thank you so much again. You can also follow me on TikTok and Instagram under Disney Miss Lizzie. I also have another TikTok page called Lizzie's Voices, which showcase some of the impressions that I enjoy doing. I don't know how well I do them, but I enjoy doing them. So if you want to see me impersonate Five Nights at Freddy's or the Muppets, then please check that out on TikTok. So anyway, I hope you can cope with the heat better than I can, and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And thank you so much for taking your time out to listen to me rant about Doctor Who. And I will check out the last final episodes because I need to know what the heck has happened. But anyway, this is my reaction to the first 4 episodes, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye guys, bye.